Hello everyone, friends, Lyuba Kuzmichova here with you, and today we will prepare an on-trend and popular dessert format cake box or a cake in a box. Such cakes are easy to assemble and convenient to take with you. I have prepared two stunning flavors, and today we will start with the first. This is an expressive and well-balanced combination of dark chocolate, blackcurrant, and tonka beans. I will describe in detail and show each stage of making the sponge, the filling, and the mousse, so that you will definitely get everything right the first time. Let us get cooking. We begin the preparation with the sponge. To the eggs, we add a pinch of salt and sugar and whip until a fluffy, airy mass. The mass will increase significantly in volume and lighten, and the sugar will dissolve completely. For a while, a trace from the whisk will remain on the surface. The precise whipping time depends on the power of your mixer. To the previously sifted flour, we add cocoa powder. We sift it as well and mix so that the ingredients are evenly distributed among themselves. Next, we melt the chocolate and the butter. It is possible to melt them together, but I prefer to do it separately, and then I combine them. In the end, the mixture should be smooth, homogeneous, and we need it to be warm, about 45 degrees. To the whipped eggs, we add the dry ingredients and carefully fold them in with a spatula, moving from bottom to top so as to retain the lightness. It is important not to mix for too long. The batter will turn out just like this, light, uniform, and airy. All we have left is to add the chocolate and butter mixture. Its temperature should be about 45 degrees. This is important so that the mixture easily combines with the batter and does not deflate it. We fold it in with the spatula gently yet confidently, reaching down to the bottom. This is how the batter should turn out, uniform and smooth with a pleasant sheen. It remains light and fluid, but now more rich and dense in consistency thanks to the chocolate and the butter. Right away, we pour the batter onto the baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and we send it into the oven preheated to 170 degrees. We bake for 10 to 12 minutes until readiness. It is important not to overdry the chocolate sponge. The ready sponge we remove from the baking sheet, gently separating the paper from the bottom. Before slicing, it needs to be completely cooled, and it can even be slightly frozen. In the meantime, let us prepare the blackcurrant filling. For it, we will need blackcurrant puree, sugar, cornstarch, and gelatin, pre-soaked in cold water. Into a saucepan, we place the blackcurrant puree, add the sugar mixed with the starch, and whisk to prevent lumps. We set it on the stove and, stirring constantly, bring the mixture to a boil. After boiling, we cook it for about 1.5 minutes. The filling will start to thicken, and the color will once again turn bright and rich. We remove the saucepan from the stove and right away introduce the bloomed gelatin into the hot mixture. We stir thoroughly so that it dissolves completely. We pour the filling into a clean container, cover the surface with food-grade plastic wrap in direct contact, and place it in the refrigerator for a few hours so that the mixture cools fully. For assembling the cakes, I will use these plastic boxes with a volume of 350 milliliters. Lids come with them in the set. I will indicate the detailed dimensions in the description under the video. You can use boxes of another shape. We return to the biscuit. It has fully cooled, and I have slightly frozen it for convenience. We cut the biscuit to the size of the bottom of the box. This amount is enough for approximately 6 portions. A few can be assembled from fragments. I will need 3 biscuits. The biscuit turns out very tasty and intensely chocolatey. We arrange the biscuits in the boxes. We return to the filling. It has cooled and thickened. We assemble the cakes in boxes, therefore it is possible not to make the filling thick, leaving it more delicate in consistency. I transfer the filling into a pastry bag for convenience and fill the boxes on top of the biscuit. This amount is enough for 3 boxes. We place the boxes in the refrigerator and proceed to preparing the mousse. For the mousse, we will need milk, cream with a fat content of 33%, dark chocolate, sugar, egg yolks, gelatin soaked in cold water, and a tonka bean. We begin by preparing semi-whipped cream. The cream absolutely must be well chilled. I always additionally chill both the bowl and the whisk. The semi-whipped state is when the cream increases significantly in volume, becomes airy and light, but at the same time remains fluid. They should not hold peaks, and the trail from the whisk disappears immediately. This is how the cream should turn out. This is the correct consistency of semi-whipped cream, not liquid but also without peaks, often compared to softened ice cream. We immediately place the cream in the refrigerator until the moment of use. Next, we need to melt the chocolate. It is more convenient to do this directly in a tall glass, in which it will later be convenient to work with an immersion blender. We pour the milk into a saucepan and add to it approximately 1/2 of the sugar from the total quantity. We will need approximately 1/3 of the tonka bean if the bean is large. We peel off its skin, then grate it on a very fine grater, or crush it in a mortar directly into the milk. The aroma, of course, is simply magnificent, warm, deep, with notes of vanilla and almond. It pairs wonderfully with chocolate and adds expressiveness and uniqueness to the dessert. We place the milk on the stove. We add to the yolks the remaining part of the sugar and immediately whisk thoroughly until homogeneous. We heat the milk until the sugar has completely dissolved and steam appears without bringing it to a boil. We immediately remove the milk from the stove and pour it into the yolks in a thin stream while constantly stirring. We mix so that the sugar in the yolks dissolves, after which we return the mixture back into the saucepan and place it on the stove to cook the custard. Now, while stirring constantly, we cook the custard to 82 degrees. But the thermometer is rather a hint here. It is more important to focus on the consistency. The mixture will gradually begin to thicken and will resemble a light sauce. At this moment, we can remove it from the stove. It is very important not to overheat, otherwise the yolks will curdle literally in seconds. I usually remove it from the heat at 80 degrees and bring it to the desired consistency with residual heat. Into the hot custard, we immediately add the bloomed gelatin and mix well so that it fully dissolves. Then we pour the custard over the melted chocolate and emulsify the mixture with the help of an immersion blender until it reaches a uniform, smooth texture. All that remains is to combine the chocolate base with the cream, but before that, it needs to be cooled to 35 degrees. To speed up the process, we can place the glass in a container with cold water or in the refrigerator, stirring it periodically. When the temperature drops to 35-33 degrees, we will combine it with the cream. We lightly stir the cream after it has been in the refrigerator so as to restore its uniformity. Then we begin to pour in the chocolate mixture while constantly stirring. When the entire mixture has been incorporated, we gently fold it with a spatula until we obtain a uniform, airy mousse. The mousse is very aromatic and very delicious. We take the boxes out of the refrigerator and pour the mousse, stopping just short of the edge. I have slightly pre-chilled the boxes in advance so that the mousse sets more quickly and does not mix with the filling. We place the cakes back into the refrigerator until the mousse has fully stabilized. This will take about 6 to 8 hours, ideally overnight. For covering the top and for a final flavor accent, I prepared a ganache from cream and chocolate. I simply poured hot cream over the chopped chocolate and stirred thoroughly until completely smooth. It is best to use an immersion blender. The cakes in the boxes are ready. The ganache will cool very quickly. It is convenient that the boxes have lids. The cakes do not dry out and they are stored comfortably. By the way, you can fill the boxes slightly short of the top and, in season, decorate with fresh blackcurrant berries. The cake turned out very delicious, richly chocolate, with a bright blackcurrant accent and a stunning aroma of tonka beans, with delicate, airy textures. And in the next video, we will prepare a completely different and also very delicious cake. It will be interesting. Friends, that is all from me. Lyuba Kuzmichova was with you. We will meet in new videos. Bye-bye.